All right. Welcome back. Beautiful Sunday. Another somewhat beautiful stogie. NFL free agency started. Well, the tampering period started last Monday, where the teams can't announce it, but the media can.
Yeah, the Patriots went all out though. They went big.
Sure. Yeah, they went big, but
they went big,
but you got to think about this. They're minimal signings. Like, the money isn't as ridiculous as the years are. They kind of all match up. Like, what is Jonnu Smith getting, like 4 years and like 40-something million?
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. Hunter Henry's getting 3 years, 30-something million. It's not like they're big, they're like middle-class signings, but they're the weapons that New England needs. Now, all they got to do is get the right quarterback. Because it's not Cam Newton. Let's call this what it is. Cam Newton is... No, he's not the Cam Newton he was in Carolina.
Yeah,
nowhere near it
put it
anymore.
this way, when Cam Newton was in Carolina in that breakout year, was 2015, whatever it was, 2016, whatever it was, his most completed percentage was to tight end Greg Olsen.
Yeah.
Boom. Bring those two tight ends, man. Run two tight end system in New England.
Well, that's what they're going to do. And you have Sony Michel coming back.
Oh, yeah.
So, they got Van Noy back, too, on defense.
They got Kyle Van Noy?
Yep. They re-signed him. They got.
I didn't hear about that one.
After Miami let him go, he went back to New England.
Yo, I need to see this right here. Giants signed Kenny Galladay. 4-year contract.
Yeah. And what's funny is how I have to explain to the brain-dead, supposed knowledgeable football fans who claim to be Giants fans, that why aren't we getting Juju? I'll explain it. I'll explain why. It's really simple. Darius Slayton is a slot receiver.
Sterling Shepard
is a slot receiver. What is Juju?
A slot receiver.
And not only that, Juju turned down more money from Baltimore and Kansas City.
He left $5 million on the table
to play
in Pittsburgh.
And he's getting crucified for having loyalty. Like, this fat douche slob, Mark Madden, right? When free agency started, Juju will be gone by the end of the day. Here's day 1, Juju not signed. Here's day 2, Juju not signed. Here's day 3, Juju not signed. And here comes day 4, back in Pittsburgh. Like we told you was going to happen.
I know. And Kansas City was tweeting him, was texting him actually, like picture of the Lombardi Trophy. They really wanted him bad.
Yeah, well, that's because Sammy Watkins is a free agent.
So, I don't know why he hasn't been signed yet.
So, you know what it is? Because a lot of these teams, and this is why they took, this is what kind of took Galladay a little bit to get signed, and Juju, and all these other free agents. These teams are looking at these free agents and they go, some of them are big names and they're talented receivers, we can get the same in the draft. So why are we going to overspend now when we can just underpay through the draft?
That's true. The only thing I like about Galladay, he's a young 27-year-old.
And to think he got that contract, he only played 4 games last year. 5. So if he stays healthy, it will be a good signing. But if he's going to be the injury-ridden Galladay he was in Detroit, then Gettleman just took $72 million and went like this. And threw it away. You know, like Minnesota did with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, basically. So, after all this, I don't know if we're going to take a receiver in the first round. I think we're going to take an edge.
Well, that's what I was telling somebody at work yesterday. I said, now that you I said now you signed Kyle Rudolph, which improves your tight end game because he blocks and catches. Maybe he could teach Evan Ingram a thing or two. And I pretty much told him, so even though with the 11th pick, Kyle Pitts may or may not be there, I would still take Kyle Pitts.
I would too.
But if Greg Rousseau's there, I'd take Greg Rousseau.
We do need an edge too.
And they're also saying, because now you guys signed Devonta Booker from the Raiders, that more than likely they're going to release Gallman. And I was like, no. I said, I think what they're going to wind up doing is you're going to have a recreation of Jacobs, Bradshaw, and Ward.
Yep.
But you're going to have it as Barkley, Gallman, Booker.
That'd be awesome.
And Ahmad Bradshaw's best running games were after Jacobs would friggin' wear down the defensive line.
Exactly.
And that's something that if Pittsburgh knew how to do that when they had Connor and Bell, who knows?
Have you heard anything about Bell? No, right?
Well, other than the fact he's about to have a 7th kid with a 6th broad, Other than that, he's out there really hoeing himself, but he ain't hoeing himself in the right way. You need to be hoeing yourself to a team and get signed, motherfucker, because you got some more diapers to pay for, bitch. I'm putting it out there.
Or diapers aren't cheap either.
You know, don't rely on that rap career to friggin' pay for that shit. You ain't bad and bougie.
And that whole John Ross signing, I was like iffy about it because he is injury ridden.
Yeah, but if they stay healthy,
he's fast.
Well,
I like about him.
And then, you guys obviously you fixed some of your issues through free agency. The Jets definitely went out and did that.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Corey Davis, Carl Lawson from Cincinnati.
Yep.
Marcus May signed the franchise tag.
Yep.
But the question is, what are they doing at quarterback? And
I still think they're taking Zach Wilson.
I think, honestly, their best bet. Because if you think about it now, because now you have Mims, Crowder, you have Corey Davis, and whoever their other wide receiver is, okay? Tells me they're not going to take a wide receiver with the number 2 pick. So
No.
it's either you're taking Penei Sewell or you're trading down.
But you don't think they're going to take quarterback?
Or, I mean, if you're getting the weapons through free agency for Sam Darnold, you got to give Sam Darnold a chance now with new weapons, a new offensive coordinator, with a new head coach. And hopefully it's not a 1 year, one and done with Robert Saleh and whoever the offensive coordinator is. And I'm telling you, with Corey Davis being there, he's not a big name, but he can catch anything you throw at him.
You can.
You got to give Darnold the chance there. Or at least build up his value, trade him at the trade deadline. So I would do.
Who would Curtis Samuel side with?
With the team that still can't pick a name.
Oh, WFC.
And they're going to be dangerous too. They're going to be dangerous, and Arizona, AJ Green with Hopkins. If friggin' Fitzgerald stays another year,
I don't know if he's going to.
Kyler Murray's going to have it. Kyler Murray's got some weapons down there now.
He's
got some weapons.
He had weapons last year too with Christian Kirk and all them. So they still didn't.
But now on defense, they bolstered themselves now, and they didn't have to make a trade to get somebody on defense. They just went and spent a shit ton of money on J.J. Watt. So.
Oh, I forgot J.J. Watt went there.
Yeah. See, Arizona's going to be improved, but are they going to be improved that they're going to be the threat to the we don't know if we're keeping them, trading them, Russell Wilson-led Seattle Seahawks?
I don't know. I really haven't heard much.
Well, I saw something on Twitter earlier that Wilson's trying to lobby for them to sign Antonio Brown.
I was going to ask you that question. I'm like, why didn't nobody sign Antonio Brown yet?
Because, again, they're going to wait till a lot of these other names that are out there in free agency are going to be signed after the draft. Like, Kenny you would have thought whatever, like Curtis Samuel's got like a 3-year, $34 million deal. These are the deals these guys are getting. And you have to remember this. People are complaining and saying that Pittsburgh mishandled the salary cap. In a pandemic year where everything was down, you had no attendance, you had nothing. Where'd you expect all this money to come from? So the Steelers obviously had to do what they had to do. They restructured a lot of deals. Now in order to save more cap room, they're going to try to trade off Steven Nelson because he wants an extension, but the money ain't there. It's going to suck to see him get traded or release him. Either which way, it's going to suck. But guess what? You have Cam Sutton. You have Justin Lean. One of them's going to have to step up and be a big boy and play the position.
Put the big pin.
People are saying, well, you should have got rid of Hayden. He's the older one, but Hayden's the more established one.
Yeah.
Steven Nelson is graded as one of the top corners in the game right now, and haters could say no, he's not. Go read stats because it'll tell you that. Just like everybody says that Juju's only a TikTok influencer. Let me explain this. Out of the slot, he had 81 receptions and had 8 to 9 touchdowns. And guess where he's ranked in both those categories statistically for slot receivers?
First.
Exactly. But again, he's not a talented wide receiver. Everybody see, this is the thing that annoys me, is and we've said it countless times, and I'm just going to say it one more time. You hate him because he's living his life the way he wants to live it. Because all you little Gen Z bitches just need to stop. Just leave the kid alone. Let him live his life. I understand the TikToks during, before the game, after the game. That's something that Tomlin needs to handle, and I think that's something that you see cut down a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the locker. I think you're going to see it cut down a lot in the locker room, unless it's like a big win. Then you're going to see the TikTok videos. Other than that, I really don't think you're going to see it as much. But then people complaining, well, we let this guy go, we let this guy go, we let this guy go. We're not re-signing this guy. We don't have money for this. Why we restructure Ben's deal? Because your best chance of winning a Super Bowl this year is not with Mason Rudolph. It's with Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be the final year you see Ben Roethlisberger. So all Steeler fans who that's all you've known, get ready for it, because after this year, it's either Mason, Haskins, or it's somebody we go and trade for.
Mm-hmm.
And all I know is this. I already told everybody I'm going to be sitting on the couch in my Ben jersey, that final game, and hopefully it's with a Lombardi. I'm going to be crying. I'll be when that Super Bowl happens, I'll be 40 years old, so I'm going to be crying because I turned 40. And then I'm going to cry because Ben's gone. And then for everybody who, Juju only stayed this year because there was no money out there. Well, yeah. They really, a lot of these teams don't have the money to spend. But now there's that new TV deal with ESPN and ABC and whatever else, and Thursday Night Football moves to Amazon Prime, which is pissing a lot of people off. So you knew there was going to be a negative within this huge deal. It's like a $110 billion deal or something like that. So you could expect in the next 2 years, the cap's going to go from here up to here. And Juju already said it. That they're going to start working on a long-term deal to keep him here for at least another 4 years.
That's exactly what I told most of them. I guaranteed, they told you, boom, take this, next year, we'll figure it out.
Well, what it is the majority of it.
It's a signing bonus.
It's a signing bonus. So he's getting $8 million. Seven is a signing bonus, and he's only a $2 million cap hit the following season.
Mm-hmm.
See, but what people fail to realize, and what these teams are doing, and you can thank the Pittsburgh Steelers for doing this, for setting the example of it, is after they did Ben's deal, nobody knew what a voidable contract was. So they did it with Ben. Then the Saints, to get under the cap, because they were one of the worst habitual violators of the cap, they give Taysom Hill a 4-year, $100-something million extension, which a majority of it's a signing bonus. But guess what? After this year, it's voided. Mm-hmm. It's a voidable deal. Yeah. Same thing with Tom Brady. Yeah, and Tom Brady's going to make a ton of money this year. He's getting $41 million. But guess what? Voidable.
Mm-hmm.
They did it with Cam Sutton. They took a lot of money, made it a signing bonus. Then whatever his base salary is, and he's like a $1.5 million cap hit, right? After that, voidable. This is what they're starting to do. This is going to be the new trend now. And what they call it is playing with funny money.
Yeah.
Because it's money that's there, but it's not there.
Yep.
But
it's really there.
But it's there, but it's not there. But it also minimizes your cap hit. And you could thank Kevin Colbert and Omar Khan and the Rooneys for coming up with this brilliant idea. It's like utterly amazing. And then Buffalo. What are you doing? Mitch Trubisky is the backup?
I know. I was going to mention that Andy Dalton gets signed by the Bears.
Well, that's because they struck out on Wilson. And the Bears offered what you would have expected. 3 first-rounders, 2 starters, a second, a third for Russell Wilson. Right? You knew this was going to happen. And they said, we have no intentions of trading him right now. Now, does that hurt Seattle later on?
Possibly.
It does, but again, we're not at that point yet. And if you're a Seahawks fan, you're going to have to cross that bridge when you get there. But
for me,
if you're a Bears fan, you're sitting there and you get the notification on your phone, Bears just got a QB, and you open it up and it's Andy Dalton. I'm already breaking that phone. I'm at AT&T, Verizon, whoever you carry, I'm getting another phone. I'm not even going to insurance. I'll just drain my bank account, take my stimulus check. I need another phone without Chicago Bear notifications. Thank you. Because I laughed. I was utterly hysterical about it.
I don't know where they play.
But the Bills also got, for the negative in signing Trubisky, which, okay, I'll give Buffalo credit because at least if Josh Allen goes down, you have an established backup now.
Yeah.
Which tells me in Buffalo they have no expectations for Jake Fromm at all. Who they drafted out of Georgia last... not last year, the year before, like late, I think like in the 6th round. Okay? So that pretty much says that this kid's got no future in the NFL. So if I'm Jake Fromm, I go back to Georgia and I'm like a quarterback coach at the University of Georgia at this point. Because you ain't never playing it down in the NFL at this point. Which sucks because he's pretty talented. But they got Emmanuel Sanders. They needed another offensive weapon because they let Brown go. Which is another wide receiver that's out there, he's been linked to the Steelers too. But the Steelers really don't have money to play with now. Because now they're saying Jadeveon Clowney. Everyone's saying he's going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I want no
part of it?
No.
No part of it?
No. I want no parts of a guy who can't stay healthy. And he's going to want like a 1-year, $10 million contract. He's going to want money for what? What have you done? You've been a clown. I'm not paying you $10 million to do what? Play 5 games, get hurt, and sit out the rest of the year? If I was going to do that, I'm better off for that, you're better off signing 10 other guys.
I just hope Daniel Jones, man, has that breakout year, bro. I hope he does, man.
And then...
But she was abysmal.
And and if people really didn't think we were going to get into this topic, I know it's been like a week since we did a podcast, because we figured, you know what? Besides for conflicting work schedules and this, that, and the third, it's utterly disgusting, but we got to talk about it. Watson. Bro, there's like 22 cases now. 22. The Deshaun Watson fiasco is worse than COVID-19.
I know, but like he came out and straight up said, no joke. He's like, I'm treated every female with utmost respect, and I'm treated for my name.
Funny thing about it is, and they talked about on the Michael Kay show, is how this lawyer has ties to the owner, Bob McNair, of the Texans, which I think he passed away like a year or two ago, but regardless, he's had ties to him. He was the same lawyer that bought a billboard that said, "Don't draft Deshaun Watson," in Houston. Okay? Yeah. So, and this is where the conspiracy theorists come out. So I'll entertain this. I'll entertain it, because why the fuck not? It's Sunday. We ain't got nothing better to do. So, what you're telling me is that because Watson doesn't want to play for you anymore, you as the ownership now, Bob McNair's son and whoever else is running that friggin' circus show over there, you came up with this thing now where, oh, we know he's had massage therapists come to his house, or he's gone to their place of business, or whatever it is, so we're going to throw you a couple of bucks, and you just say, oh yeah, he put the tip of his penis in my hand, and, oh, well, what'd you want me to do? Or, oh, he wanted his anus massaged. Like, first off, let me tell you something. If you've gone to a massage parlor, you don't have to whip it out and put it in their hand. Trust me, I'm telling you, you don't. Okay? You don't. I mean, if you go to a legitimate one, maybe you gotta throw them a sawbuck. But you go to the... Yeah, all right. But if you're telling me that this is how far they're willing to go, Houston, now, to get him to play, is you're going to destroy him?
He's not...
Come on. Really? That there... And if it's true that that's what Houston's doing, that is the dumbest plan.
I know.
Because, A, you don't think the NFL is going to investigate not only all these allegations. That's one. So Watson came out and said he's not going to play. So now you as the Texans, instead of fixing the situation,
you make it worse.
You're now making it worse to now he won't be able to play on the field.
Yep.
Because now the NFL is going to investigate it. So now he'll be on the exempt list. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then, on top of that, the NFL is going to find out your involvement because somehow somebody slips. Mm-hmm. No matter how good you are at doing something shady. Trust me, I know shady people. They ain't that great at doing certain things. So when it comes out that Houston concocted this bullshit, mm-hmm. and Watson looks innocent, and Watson is deemed innocent, think about the black eye that gives the NFL now. The NFL already looks bad, not only because of that, because that guy on the Seahawks who beat the ever-living shit out of his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
That was not made a big deal of, only until the Watson issue. And ESPN jumped all over the Watson thing because that's what they do, because they love a soap opera. They're not a real sports show. They're just about soap operas. ESPN is the WWE version of sports. They love the drama, the storyline, this, that, and the third. That's what they love. That's what they love. They don't report real shit. Because who's got all the inside shit before they do? Ian Rappaport. He don't work for ESPN.
No.
He works for the NFL Network. WFAN gets a lot of inside breaking stuff before ESPN does. ESPN finds out shit from everybody else and then they take credit for it. And they've been doing it for years. Been doing it for years. It's disgusting. You know what? I'm boycotting ESPN. Boycotting it. But then when you talk about ESPN, the TV deal, and it going to Amazon Prime for Thursday Night Football, and Monday Night Football gets like the ultimate superiority in the flex schedule and all that, right? The Super Bowl doesn't move anywhere, though. The Super Bowl just gets added to another channel now in the rotation. So now it goes from Fox to NBC to CBS to ABC now. So now you got 4 channels instead of 3.
Jesus Christ.
So, and I think next year's Super Bowl actually is going to be on ABC.
Mm-hmm.
I think it resets itself and it'll start on ABC. Then it'll go to NBC, Fox, and I think CBS will be the last one to have it. Or however they decide to do it.
Yeah.
It's... The Watson thing is just, it's comical because they could post whatever they want, like an Instagram message between the two, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry you felt awkward. But
there is none.
We don't know. No, this lawyer posted an Instagram thing, and how do we know that somebody just didn't go into the app and just, like, make up shit?
We don't yet.
We don't know. So, until that's authenticated, I can't believe either side. It's all going to come out.
Oh, it's going to come out eventually.
It's all going to come out, and it's going to be overdrawn out, and it's just going to be ridiculous. I already know it. It's just so aggravating. It's like, just sell the team. McNair family should have sell the friggin' team. Just, you know how you would have avoided all this? If you just fucking traded him.
I know, just fucking trade the kid. Like, he's clearly unhappy.
As annoying as it is, because, because that's like the new day and age. If you're not happy with something, you just, like James Harden in Brooklyn. Oh, I don't like the situation in Houston, so I'm going to act like a little baby. I'll gain a little bit of weight, and then I'll get out of Houston. But Watson's not doing it that way. He just merely stated, this is what you told me I would have an impact here, I'd have an impact here. I didn't. You didn't live up to your end of the agreement. I'm not playing. He didn't throw a fit. He didn't do this. He didn't like James Harden did and other guys do within any league. He didn't do none of that.
And they trade away all the receivers. Except Kenny Stills.
Sure, yeah. Well, Houston went and they signed Phillip Lindsay. They got Mark Ingram. Like, did you think all this was going to keep Watson? Like, yeah, you got Mark Ingram. Okay, that's good. You got Phillip Lindsay. Okay, that's good. But that's not why he doesn't want to be here anymore.
I don't think they understand it.
You promised him certain things. You didn't live up to your end of the deal. So now he doesn't have to live up to his. You gave him his guaranteed money. So you want to fine him a game check? That's fine, because guess what? You're not affecting his guaranteed money. He's already got that. That's in the bank. That's already in the bank. So to him, it doesn't matter. He can go buy a fucking chain of Wingstops for all I care. Well, then he's got to partner up with Rick Ross, but whatever.
Yeah, but still, I still don't see him, no matter, even if this shit did come out that he's innocent, I still don't see him playing another down.
No, because if you're Houston hasn't come out yet and said, hey, we're fully behind him. They haven't come out and said anything.
Nope.
It's almost like they're just like helping this lawyer make up some BS. If it's BS. Again, we don't know.
If it is BS, man, damn.
It's about to be called the Houston Watsons.
Word, I'm not even kidding. That is a low blow.
Friggin' all the Deshaun Texans.
That's still a low blow right there. Shit like that, man.
That it is, and what's comical about it is, like the owner hasn't come out and said anything.
Why hasn't he?
Because he's a part of it.
Exactly.
You know what? I said I'll entertain it. I think the owner is a part of it. I think they're all a part of it.
Me too.
Not the players, because a lot of players are coming out saying, you guys are all quick to rush to judgment, and some of them are playing the race card. Yeah, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope because because they did make a big deal out of it when Brett Favre was out there sending his wang out to everybody. It was made a big deal, but at that point, I think he was already retired.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
So I was like, what was the NFL going to do? Oh, we're going to fine you for something that happened 5 years ago because Jen Sturger said you... And not only that, why? Why are you sending a picture of your schmack out there like you're a fucking hick from Mississippi? I don't care. It's not... Don't get me wrong. We've all been guilty of sending the wang pic. We've all been guilty of it. If you're a guy... You cannot say you've never done it. You can't say you never let a girl take a picture of it. You can't say it. So we're all guilty of it. I am a man, and I'm guilty of it. Okay? But I'm not an NFL athlete. So I don't get judged based on that. These guys do. Like you're a professional athlete. You're held to a higher standard than me. So I can go out there and send my wang out there all I want. I don't do it, but I'm just saying I could do it. But with the Watson thing, again, you know, just figure it out. Just
figure it out.
Just like, did he pull his towel off? Was he hard? Was he not hard? Like,
I don't know where his 22-hour case came from.
Yeah, well, it went from 1 to 2, and then all of a sudden, bang, like, you know, like Cuomo hiding the nursing home deaths. Like, all of a sudden, it just went from, it was only like 5 to like, now it's up here.
Out of nowhere. It makes no sense to me, honestly.
It's just, whatever. It is what it is. And then the other thing, like, and like with free agency. So, like, Bud Dupree signs with Tennessee.
Yeah.
Everybody's all, good for Bud. You know, he got his bag, he got his money, right? So Mike Hilton signs with the Bengals. And here we go. Here's the up. Listen, not a Bengals fan, but these athletes, and I said it the other night when I was talking to Melissa about it. I said, you got to desensitize yourself from the attachment to these players. Because they're going to go wherever they want to go. Okay? They don't care about the rivalries within football. They're going to go to whoever offers him the most money. Obviously, Cincinnati offered him more money.
Mm-hmm.
That's where. If I'm Mike Hilton, that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go where the dollars make sense, right? Okay. So now, he goes there, and then all the BS starts. Oh, how could you do this? Blah, 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 blah. So there were some knowledgeable Steeler fans that said, we're not going to tolerate the slander. He did what was best. And Mike Hilton even came out. He said, you could be mad about where I chose to sign, but I did what was best for my family.
Exactly.
So that's who you have to worry about. If you're an athlete, worry about your family. Worry about your situation. Don't worry about, because Jim in Medford, Long Island hates the Bengals, so he doesn't want you to go there. Or this person who lives in Pittsburgh is a diehard Steeler fan, just like I am, hates the Bengals. You're going to go where you want to go. People were pissed. I, for one, was pissed when James Harrison left and went to the Bengals, but then he came back to Pittsburgh. But then he left again. And he went to New England. That one really infuriated me. But the one cut they made that hurt the most is they cut my man Vinny Williams.
With Vince Williams.
On Steve Austin Day. On 3/16 Day. Oh, and by the way, I am petitioning for 3/19 to be a new holiday, National Juju Resigning Day. So literally, within 3 days, I have a reason to drink on 3/16 Day, and I have a reason to drink on 3/19 Day.
There you go.
It's got to be. And, you know, and what people don't realize with this is, and you got to go back to that shitty playoff game against Cleveland, and you had Claypool, Pouncey, Ben, Juju.
On the bench.
Right? Obviously, when Ben walked over, Pouncey pretty much told me he was done. But what you don't see is the conversation that you finally saw part of a video that came out with Ben and Juju. And pretty much what was said in it is Ben told him 1 more year. He goes, I'm coming back for 1 more year. And Juju pretty much stated then, I got you. Right there, he told you he was coming back.
Oh, yeah.
So all these teams could entertain whatever. Like, the Jets were in conversation with him. Okay?
You honestly think he would go to the Jets?
I mean, if he was going to be... Listen, if he wasn't going to re-sign with Pittsburgh and he was going to go to New York, he's better off going to the Giants, even though they have Slayton and Shepard that play the slot. But who can you... If you're going to branch your brand out even further, you're not going to do that on the Jets. You can do that with a more winning team. So you can do that with the Giants. And Juju branded himself in a city that it's a decent-sized city, but it's not as big as New York as far as market-wise.
Not as big as New York. New York is one of the biggest.
And that's the other hatred about it is he managed to do something a lot of people can't in a city that's not a big market city. I mean, for hockey, it's a big market. For football, it's a big market. For baseball, Pirates. Pfft.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, we get everybody from the Pirates. The Pirates are like the Yankees minor league system at this point.
I don't know, James Talione. He's been doing pretty decent.
And speaking of that, So I'm at the gym this morning, and you know, so I go on the treadmill, and they got the Yes Network on one of the TVs. So they're showing, like, Yankees World Series, you know, like when we beat the Braves, and then we played the Mets. And it got me thinking, for all these supposed knowledgeable Mets fans, oh, we've had all these iconic moments. Yeah, you maybe had like 10. Think about how many the Yankees have had.
Too many.
Like the Scott Brosius home run against the Diamondbacks off a Ho Young Sung Kim or whatever his name was, right? In order to avoid elimination in the World Series, right? Think about the David Justice home run. Just think about the Yankees beating the Mets in the World Series.
I watched it.
Right?
Recently, yeah.
Just think about all the moments that have ever happened from the house that Ruth built to the house that Derek Jeter built. And it's funny that they say it's the house that Derek Jeter built, because I'm rephrasing it. It's the house, the core four, but then I'm rephrasing that. Because in the core four, you forget about Bernie Williams. So Bernie Williams, Derek Jeter, and the rest of them, they are the Fab Five of the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bernie Williams is always that forgotten fifth guy, just like in the Fab Five.
I forgot about that center fielder.
Because he's always forgotten about in the success of the Yankees for all those years with Jeter and Posada and Pettit and Mariano. Bernie Williams is right there for all of it.
He was.
But he's always the left out guy, and people can say, no, he's not. Yes, he is. He's always left out of the equation, because you talk about core four this and core four that. And listen, there's no bigger Yankee fan than me.
Then you got Tito Martinez, too.
Okay?
Tito's a man.
And it just annoys me that Bernie's never included. So I'm renaming it. It's the Fab Five. And I'm going to make a shirt. I'm going to make a shirt. It's going to have all five of them on. And it's going to, friends.
Friends.
Meeting up at the house the Fab Five built. Because without the success of Jeter, Jorge, Pettit, Bernie, Mo, there is no new Yankee Stadium. It's overpriced.
Nope.
Just putting it out there.
Just.
And it's funny because now Carlos Carrasco for the Mets, out.
Really? What happened?
Hamstring tear.
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah, because it hurts their pitching rotation. So now who do you slide in next? He ain't going to be ready by opening day. They're saying 6 to 8 weeks.
Nope. Not ready for opening day.
Definitely not. But
Jared Goff looks hilarious. You know.
Okay, well, could it be nearly as bad as the Adam Gase press conference? Where he's like, and it's funny because I guarantee you, because my buddy Rob goes, how much coke did he snort before he did that?
That's what, honestly, bro, like, I thought he was on coke. His eyes were wide open, like.
It was like that time I was on shrooms.
It was crazy.
So, yeah, Dad, if you're watching, yeah, I've done shrooms. But, you know, even though the weather's getting nicer, I just can't wait for football again.
Me either. It's just too fucking slow.
I just like.
Can't come fast enough, man. I want the drafts to come.
Well, the draft will be here before you know it. Next month.
Next month. Yeah, the end of the fucking month.
Yeah, but still.
The 27th?
No, I think it's the 24th, 25th. I forget which days it is, but it doesn't matter because I got some vacation time left. I think let's take all 3 days off. Take all 3 days off. I'm going to sit there, eyes duct taped open, not sleep for 3 days. I'm going to look nice and pale. Nice and pale and frail, not going to eat, not going to nothing. And I'm just going to watch the freaking draft over and over and over. Because everybody's sitting there and talking about they can't wait for the draft, and it's interesting from pick one. Well, it's not.
Pick one, you already know who's going to pick one.
Pick one, we already know it's Trevor Lawrence. And yeah, they got him some weapons. Got him some. Not many. Got him some. And then, no, and speaking of Jacksonville, Keenan Cole was on the Jaguars last year. And now he's a Jet. Okay. So then why are you entertaining getting Juju? Your wide receiver core is already filled out.
I know.
Like, and people were saying, oh, you know, people like, oh, you know, would you get mad if Juju took a 1-year deal and went elsewhere? No, as long as it wasn't in Baltimore.
Well, it wasn't Baltimore.
Or Cleveland. Or Cincinnati.
I don't think he would go to Baltimore.
Here's what would have happened. You would have had Steeler fans out there that would have been happy for him, like, okay, he got his money, right? Just like everybody was happy when Bud got his money. And some people are happy that Mike Hilton got his money. Okay. But then you'd have the other idiots, like the Mark Maddens of the world, that would laugh their ass off, be like, ha ha, he told Pittsburgh to shove it up their ass. And when Juju did his interview after he signed, he said it, for the past 4 years I've been here, Pittsburgh has embraced me like I was born here and raised here. Why would I leave? Why would I leave?
I don't know.
But, you know, what are you going to do?
Takes one bite up for 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, go ahead. He's got a piece, so I'll just freaking keep going on and on, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'll do me, fam. But, you know, as free agency, you know, is going on and on here. I'm trying to find it here, see what else we've, you know, and people, some Steeler fans are mad, you know, that we went and, you know, we let Bud walk. Listen, we weren't going to be able to pay him anyway, right? Alex Highsmith is going to fill in that role. Alex Highsmith played himself into the starting position when Bud Dupree got hurt. Let's just call it what it is, ladies and gents. Let's just call it what it is. He friggin' played himself into that role. We all know he did. Where the hell does he have the app on this thing? This is so annoying. Oh, it's down there at the bottom because I'm a schmuck. But the other things, though, like in NFL free agency, which I'm trying to find here, you know, Jesus Christ, this is why I hate doing this shit. But like, after the first pick is when the draft gets interesting, okay? It obviously does, because what do the Jets do with the number 2 pick again? Are they going to trade it? They're going to take Zach Wilson, because Zach Wilson only played 1 year, and they're building him up to be, like the next like Terry Bradshaw. Come on, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. You know, do the Giants take a tight end? Do they go edge rusher with their pick? You know, what does Pittsburgh do? And you see all these mock drafts, and these mock drafts annoy me because everyone changes. Like, oh, we're taking Zaven Collins with the 24th pick. Oh, we're taking Nick Bolton. Oh, we're taking Najee Harris. The more they do these pro days and these combines and whatever else they're doing, okay, you have to understand these guys' draft stocks are going to go from here to here, and some are going to go from here down. It's just the nature of what it is in the draft. And for me, I don't think a guy like Travis Etienne or Najee Harris is going to be there with the Jets' 23rd and the Steelers' 24th pick. I don't think either one are going to be there.
I don't know, bro. Honestly,
because there's so many what ifs. Because when you watch these mock drafts, right? And Charlie Casserly's is like overextensive. It's got proposed trade here. So it's got a proposed trade with Carolina going to the 4th pick and then taking Trey Lance, and Atlanta dropping down to get Najee Harris. Atlanta's got a quarterback issue they got to fill, because let's call this. This may be Matt Ryan's final ride too. I mean, and we all know how that ends with no playoffs, no nothing. So
yeah, I still think they're drafting a quarterback, probably.
But I don't understand what the hype is with Zach Wilson, like when they're comparing him to to all these other guys that have played the game. He played 1 season. You guys are anointing him like he's Joe Burrow coming out of BYU.
No, he's got an arm. You ever seen his stats?
I got an arm. Maybe I could go number 2 in the draft. I got an arm. Look, it's right here. I could throw a football. You know what, Jets? You know what, Jets? Don't draft me. Don't. I wouldn't play for you anyway. I look hideous in green and white and green. I look better in black and gold and black. I'm just putting it out there. I can't wait. Oh, yes. Monday, the Vance McDonald jersey arrives.
Yeah.
I had to get it. Only because he retired a Steeler. I was going to get Bud Dupree, but Bud Dupree's still playing in Tennessee, and sorry, I'm not getting Titans jersey.
Nah.
Not sorry. I don't look good in Titans colors. I only look good in Steeler regalia, Yankees regalia, Rangers regalia.
Fucking jersey comes out. I'm gonna get that bad boy.
I think he's gonna wear number 19.
Yep.
Which they had saved for Juju, but sorry guys. Stayed right where it belongs. That one got me. I love that notification. I literally jumped up at work and I said, nobody can mess with my day now. Nobody. Yeah. Went outside. I did the Corvette.
Corvette.
And speaking, oh yeah, then my Ben shirt should be here Tuesday. I got the Final Ride Ben t-shirt.
Yeah, you guys better hope, man. You guys new offensive coordinator.
Well, that's the thing. New offensive coordinator. Whoever they decide, whoever's going to be the starting running back. And again, listen, and that's the other thing that's being left out of the equation too. Like the Colts re-signed Marlon Mack like a 1-year, $2 million deal. teams are to me. Teams are afraid to sign Connor because of the health history. Because he had the one good year, and then Tomlin's like, oh, I got this freaking beast at running back. I'm going to overuse him.
And that's what happened.
So he was injury ridden after that. You can't overuse a guy like James Conner. James Conner is built for one thing, and that is to wear down a defensive line.
Then you bring him,
but not every drive.
I know.
Like 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Historically, he can run one for 5, 6 to 20-something yards. Immediately take him right out. Put Benny Snell in. That's what you do.
Yep.
And then let Snell run. So you have the power, and then you have the speed. But who's the running back going to be? Because as soon as everybody saw that Bell wasn't being re-signed by the Chiefs, which is still a possibility that they keep him, but everybody's like, oh, he's coming back to Pittsburgh. He kind of put the kibosh on it and said, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And the same thing with Antonio Brown. And I see that a lot of people go, would you welcome him back? If he's this fully changed man that he claims to be, that Tom Brady's saying he is.
It seemed like he is. Honestly.
Then yeah, I have to consider it.
But imagine if you got Brown and Bell back with Juju again. That's Super Bowl
7.
That you just hands. I'm sorry, bro. I'm a Giant fan, but that's Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
And a lot of people like what I was saying when you went to the bathroom real quick, like with Bud leaving, Alex Highsmith played himself right into that starting job. Does he have things he's got to improve on? Yeah.
He's a rookie.
But guess what? He stepped into a role and played like he wasn't a rookie. The offensive line, they're contemplating bringing back Villanueva. Why? He didn't help the run game one bit. You know who did, though? Chuck Okafor, Kevin Dotson. Not Matt Filer, which, by the way, it still to this day annoys me that Tomlin would start Filer in the playoffs over Dotson, who had better numbers than Filer. And Filer was out for like 10 weeks.
I don't know what the hell that was about.
But you know what? I don't even think that would have changed anything because it was just a flat game from the snap. It was a flat game. It was just a flat game.
Yeah, from the snap, I remember that.
It was just a flat fucking game. Utterly disgusting. That honestly, I honestly wish I was in a fatal car accident and that part of my memory was just wiped out. It was just that day and that game. Everything else I could retain. I just don't ever bring up that game again. Don't ever bring up that game to me because I will choke you. I don't even want to remember it. I just don't. It's just disgusting. And it's funny because all these Cleveland Browns fans just stop. You're not doing it. I have to educate people here, right? So last Saturday I had to work in Bohemia, right? So this one kid goes, "Oh, Baltimore's running away with the AFC North." I said, "Oh, they were supposed to do this past year?"
I know, right?
Baltimore lost Judon, one of their best defensive players, to New England. Okay? They're taking another step back. Cleveland's taking a step back. Cincinnati is going to take a step forward. And who's going to reign supreme again? Pittsburgh. Because this offense is going to be different. It's not going to be the offense you're used to seeing. You're not going to see this freaking Fickner bullshit. 1st and 10 from the goal line. Let's throw a 50-yard Hail Mary. When you're at the opposing team's goal line, mind you. No, you're not going to see that. Matt Canada's style of offense is more mobile. It's more running. It's going to be more creative. And guess what? When you have Juju, Deontay, Washington, Claypool, with Ben at the helm, done. Because that's who even though Matt Canada's offense is going to be more quarterback mobile friendly. And you would say, well, Mason or Haskins would be better in that role. No. Ben's still got a little bit of mobility left in those bum knees. Okay?
Bum knees.
But if you want the seventh Lombardi, it's with Ben.
It's with Ben.
It's with Juju. It's with Claypool. It's with Washington. It's with Deontay Johnson. It's with Ebron. It's whoever they draft. It's with Dotson, Okafor, Highsmith, T.J. Watt, Justin Layne, Cam Sutton. I can go on. And whether Nelson's here or not.
Might not be, though.
Well, if he is, he is. And if he ain't. Because guess what? Cam Sutton will play fine.
Oh, yeah.
He will. He'll play fine. He'll be good. Because, and not only that, you already see, it's not even training camp yet. It's nowhere near training camp. And these guys are already working out like it's training camp. Cam Sutton is out there practicing how to defend different routes. Deontay Johnson's out there. You think Jerry Jeudy runs routes? Go watch Deontay Johnson. Because he puts Jeudy to shame.
Good.
Puts Jeudy to shame. And CeeDee Lamb's out there still dropping passes.
He's supposed to be the number one receiver at the draft.
And when you think about that, Dak finally got paid.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we said that last time. But now they're talking about, I guess, to save on cap space, possibly trading Amari Cooper.
1-1.
Get rid of Zeke.
Yeah.
Get rid of Zeke.
Why do you get rid of Amari Cooper?
And the best place for Zeke to go, honestly, where he could improve. Nah, I don't want. He's going to cost too much. We don't have the money. It's the Jets. They're going to have a young offensive line because they're going to draft an offensive lineman in the draft. They're good at, and whether it's Darnold at the quarterback position or it's Zach Wilson or it's Justin Fields, which, by the way, don't nobody really sleep on Justin Fields because his stock's about to improve. He runs like a 4.1 40-yard dash.
A 4.1?
It's like the fastest he's ever ran.
Fastest I think everybody ever ran.
Something like that. He was timed at like a 4.1. So, but everybody wants to say about Justin Fields, he can't redo progressions. Guess what? When his ass is about to get sacked, I want somebody to go run a 4.1. That's all I'm saying. And if I got to see Charlie Casserly's mock draft again, if Justin Fields is going to be at 24, he's not going to be there. Pittsburgh's not going to trade up. And if Pittsburgh trades up, I don't think it's for a quarterback. It's either going to be for one of the top offensive linemen or somebody on defense. But Pittsburgh really doesn't have a lot to give up. They really don't, unless in the draft they're going to use Nelson as the piece to trade up.
Trade up, huh?
Yeah. And they're even saying Richard Sherman, like the Steelers, are one that he may consider. But then again though, for the Steeler fan base that I don't claim, okay, where they're like, oh, we're getting this guy. So if we had no cap, like Belichick just turned the salary cap mode off, like in Madden, okay. So you mean to tell me we were going to have Watson, Rodgers, J.J. Watt, this guy. Now we're going to have Sherman and this guy and this guy and this guy. We're going to have like the all-star team from guys from 10 years ago in their prime up until guys in their prime now. That's what we were going to have, right?
No, don't work that way.
Be a knowledgeable freaking sports fan and realize we were never going to get Deshaun Watson. We were never going to trade T.J. Watt to get Deshaun Watson.
That'd be stupid.
Okay? We don't need to sign Richard Sherman. Why are we going to get older? If people realize this, there's teams that are in a rebuild. Like the Giants are in a rebuild. The Jets are in a rebuild. The Steelers never rebuild. They just reload. Mm-hmm. Okay? New Orleans is in a rebuild. Okay? New England is in a rebuild. The Cardinals are not a rebuild. They're building.
Yeah.
Okay? The Bills, they don't need to do anything.
They don't do shit.
Tampa is...
But Dominican Sue's still out there, too.
Yeah, but he's a guy that he's going to command money, too. But what these free agents have to realize, and what you have to realize as a fan, again, there's no money out there. There's none. There's no money. So you're better off, honestly, either taking the franchise tag like Allen Robinson did, like Marcus May did. If you're franchise tagged, you're better off just signing it. Because that's how you're going to get your money.
Yeah, the main reason why Allen Robinson actually signed a tag is because Ken Galladay, the Bears were actually interested in Ken Galladay, and he actually went there for a visit, and then right after that is when he signed that tag.
Well, he was also he also went and visited, I think, with Cincinnati, and it was funny because when he met with the Giants, Cincinnati had offered him like a 1-year like show me deal, and he pretty much scoffed at it and said, No, I'm eating dinner with Joe Judge and friggin' Jason Garrett right now, and he said, "Don't worry, this dinner won't be nearly as bland as my offensive play calling." And pretty much the offer was already on the table. If you don't think it was, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just call what it is. Call what it is, and and that was a signing you guys had to make that signing. You had to, and you could say, yeah, it's a gamble because of the health, the injuries and this, that, and the third. But again, if he's healthy,
he's dynamic, bro.
He's gonna put up some numbers. And you had to get Daniel Jones another weapon.
Yeah.
You had to do it.
I know.
You had to do it. And if you're a Giants fan that says you didn't,
you don't watch.
You're an idiot. You truly are. But
what we had, the Golden Tate last year, Sterling Shepard.
And that was the other thing I had to hear. Well, if Juju walks, we could sign Golden Tate.
You don't want Golden Tate.
I don't want no part of Golden Tate. I want none. If I wanted a part of Golden Tate, they should have got him 10 years ago when he was in his prime.
Exactly, Detroit.
He's not in his prime, but who knows? But as it's winding down, though, we still got to lock down a schedule when we're gonna do all this friggin' podcasting shit. So we got to work on that.
It's beautiful out there.
Yeah, we figure out where we're gonna record next. I don't like doing it here. It's neighbors.
I'm gonna just hit them with these damn neighbors. Are fucking loud as hell.
I'm just gonna start pissing on their cars. They don't care. And if you're a neighbor who's watching, you see piss on your windshield, it was me. Not like the Shaggy song. I don't have to say it wasn't me. It was me, bitch. Just saying. But obviously, you can find all the videos on YouTube and all the podcasts on Apple, Spotify, this Fi, that Fi, your Fi, Wi-Fi, High Five, whatever. So, till the next podcast, stay safe, mask up. Peace.